to day one of our course, Cloud Performance Engineering and DevOps and SRE. Friends, yesterday we went over the course and understood that what is the thought process behind this course, how we have decided on the topics, right? But what we have not covered is the course flow, right? So today, for the first 15 to 20 minutes, I'll talk about the course flow, how we are going to take up this course, in what sequence, right? And how things will be covered. And then you can ask your questions as well, friends. So let me bring up the notepad. We'll talk about the course outline. Okay. See, when we get started, right, the first thing that we do, I told you there are 2 recorded sessions that we provide just to make sure that we cover most of the items, and we will meet live sessions as well. So when we get started, friends, we start with cloud and we take up AWS and we go in depth. Okay, we go in depth in such a way that you could, like, this what we do here, we prepare for your solution architect associate certification, SAAC03 we call it, solution architect associate certification. We prepare at that level. It's a scenario based, so we go in depth, not just high level. Okay, and we do hands-on sessions. I'm going to show you things. everybody I'm going to walk you through today how do we create an AWS account. It's a free tier every cloud provides, and we can use it, practice it without paying any amount, right? I'm going to guide you on this today. So this is the first topic we take up on the cloud. And we do it from scratch. Even if you do not have any prerequisite knowledge, that's fine, absolutely fine. So you don't need to have any prerequisite knowledge. Just we need the motivation, the interest, right? Enthusiasm to learn. That's what it's required. Okay, and this takes approximately 3 to 4 weeks, friends. Weekends. We cover a lot more in detail, so this takes this long. When we are doing this, along with this, what we provide you the Linux recorded sessions. I request everybody to be on mute. Feel free to ask questions, friends, but other time, please be on mute. Thank you. We talk about Linux sessions. Earlier, we used to take live sessions, but again, it's to take longer. So it's my session only. And like it's a recorded session, like how we attend the like meetings, right? Right now, how we are attending. It's same live sessions from the live sessions also already recorded one. So we have Linux recorded session. It's a recorded session. And you're supposed to cover this when we are going over cloud. Let's say today is the last day, right? You'll make decision whether to enroll or not to enroll, right? So those who would be enrolling will be creating a WhatsApp group, a separate WhatsApp group, and I'll be asking you the email addresses and I'll give you address, right? And you can go over it. And then when we meet next weekend, I'll prepare you to how do we create a Linux server, how do you practice things like this, and we'll get started. So we provide you this. After we complete the cloud part, we start on the microservices. Microservices we cover. Microservices, I'll put Docker, Kubernetes together. Okay, everything. Again, this takes 3 to 4 weeks, weekends. 3 weekends, I would say 3 to 4. It could be more as well, friends. We cover a lot in detail. Right? Not just what it is Kubernetes. We create the cluster, we deploy the microservices, everything hands-on. Okay, when we talk about Docker, we deploy a database container. We talk about web container. We use WordPress. We deploy things, and we understand things in a much better way. Okay, friends, we cover this. And when we cover this covers a lot of things. Till this time, we would have gone over a lot of things. Okay, you can go and check the topics. We have a lot of topics to cover. Yesterday I was showing you the PPT as well. In cloud, you have these many things. In Linux, you have these many things. In microservices, Docker, Kubernetes. So think about it. So 2 months, in approximately 2 months, we would be going over this. Approximately 2 months, 1 weekend less. So 7 weekends, I would say, count. Then we talk about DevOps. We understood how do we create continuous performance testing in DevOps, CI/CD pipeline. So this could take 1 weekend. Then we talk about observability. 1 weekend here. Then we talk about automation, the Terraform and Ansible. Again, 1 weekend here. One weekend here. And if you require more things to touch base, right? We are very much flexible enough. If you, let's say you ask for Git, somebody is asking for GitHub. You would like to know, we can take one session for that. If you have some, let's say production issues, or you have some issues in your company, right? We can discuss about that. That's very much open. Okay, we can meet after the session, before we start. When we're waiting for 5 minutes, we can take up your questions. So when we complete DevOps, right, continuous performance testing, when we cover, usually after this, I suggest when we cover continuous performance testing in DevOps here, what we cover here, I give you the recorded session for Java performance engineering. This is the time because I like you to focus on other items. This is the time I provide you the recorded sessions of Java performance. So these two are only the recorded sessions. Just to, in the interest of time, we cover so that you cover it. And if you have questions, we can meet, can ask questions. Okay. 6, 7. And then we talk about databases. We talk about SRE databases. Again, 1 or 2 weekends we cover here. So this is the plan. Okay. That's how we talk about this, friends, in this course. That's how we go about this course. And as I told you yesterday, the idea behind every discussion is around 4 things. How do we be highly available? Because think about it. Let's be rational. When you access a website, Flipkart, Amazon, Walmart, or any websites, Myntra, Swiggy, Jmeter, right? Blinkit, whatever application that we access on day-to-day basis, Ola, Uber. What do we expect from the website, from the application? We expect the application to be highly available. HA, very popular word we use. You will get used to these words, HA. We expect the application to be performing high performance. We expect the application to be reliable. See, issues will happen. Even Google had a downtime. Issues will happen. But how soon you can recover? That's reliability. And that's when we should understand the chaos testing. We need to talk about chaos testing because issues will happen. We have to, on purpose, create a chaos scenario. So reliability, cost optimization. So all the discussions, whatever we discuss in this above topics in this 3 months, whatever we discuss, it's around these things. That is how this is different than any other things. Like if you check anywhere, right, YouTube or any courses, right, which I have observed, they talk about what it is, but they don't talk about in these things. All 4 things come, and that is what required for a SRE engineer, for a cloud performance engineer. That is what required to be a DevOps engineer, and that is what we will do here in this course. Right, friends, I believe we have got a full idea about the course. How do we go about it? we can start with day one. We'll take up the questions, friends, and we'll start our day one agenda. Any questions that we have?
Yes, I have a question. You know the Linux bit of it. I have a Windows. Can I use a WSL with my Windows?
You can use your WSL in your Windows, like you can have a subsystem, but the idea, the way we go about practicing Linux, that you will create a server in the cloud. You yourself will create. I'm gonna make you create a server, a Linux server in the cloud. You will be SSH, you will be logging to the Linux server and practicing things there. You don't need to do anything in your laptop. You can do that, you can create, but it's not required because we will practice everything in the Linux server. I'm not asking you to virtualize your Windows server and create a VM by hypervising or doing virtualization of your Windows laptop. No, the idea here is to learn cloud.
Okay.
Today we will understand why do we use cloud. We use cloud that because we want the servers, we want the storage, we want the security, we need the manage database options, manage cloud options. So we will create the Linux server in the cloud, we will log into that and we'll practice it. That's how we recommend, because that is how you will understand the security measures. I just missed one thing here, security. Yesterday I just mentioned, today I just mentioned. So we talk from the security perspective, these 5 perspectives. Entire discussion. Yes.
And then lastly, would we be taking like a class on DevSecOps?
Again, DevSecOps, when we say what exactly we mean, we just bring in security into DevOps.
Yes.
Anyway, we are covering security. So it's not like we are not covering as such, right? But we are not covering security testing. Understand this, okay? We are talking about the cloud security. We are not talking about how do you go about testing security testing. We are not talking about that. But we are covering the security of the cloud. How do we ensure that our application is secure in the cloud? We will talk about the security here. So our entire discussion is around these 5 topics.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Anybody else?
So just continuation to that question. So we don't have to necessarily install any tools on our laptop, right? I think that
not
Linux
required.
You.
Not okay. That client. See, client is something that you connect. Okay, so you may use PuTTY or you use MobiXterm. I have in my laptop, if I just show you, I have PuTTY, I have MobiXterm. So these are the clients. They using this client, we connect to the Linux server in the cloud. Okay, this is the clients. This is not a lot of, this is just create a session and we connect to the Linux server or a Windows server. These are the clients. So you may need to install these things. Okay, that's all.
Okay.
You don't need to do anything more than this. We will practice everything in the cloud. That's what we will do.
Clear. Thank you.
Roshan, I have one question. This is Kripa here. Hello again. We are catching up after
a
couple of years time. Yeah. So after these trainings, will it be possible if you want to get some AWS certifications, for example, solution architect, associate level, or beginner level? Will this cover those?
See, beginner level is any day. Okay, beginner level. The cloud practitioner one, if you ask about, right?
I'm saying like cloud solution architect at associate level.
Right. So because you use the word beginner, so I just started with the cloud practitioner. But in this topic, 3 to 4 weekends, we focus on solution associate.
Solution
you have
architect.
a SAAC03.
Yes.
C03. Okay. So that is what we focus on here. Associate architect level certification. We focus this. I would not say that it's completely covered because it's not possible to cover in 3 to 4 weekends in 8 in 15-14 hours. It's not possible. You need to have at least 40 hours of entire content created for this certification. But we cover the base 60% of the whatever requirement is there. We cover. But see, you need to understand this. Let's say if you don't know Kafka, they will ask questions on Kafka because they have services MSK. So what I'm trying to say, the foundation level, right? 60% is what we cover, actually cover. If you want to go for the certification, you have to do some extra work. I can guide you on that because I myself a
Perfect. Yeah.
professional certificate, like I have done my certification. So I can guide you on that, how to go about it. The remaining 30 to 40%, how do you go about it, right? I'm going to guide you. So, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Why I ask these questions
Hmm.
because in my organization, this become a mandatory for performance engineer
Hmm.
to get some the AWS solution architect
Right.
certification, either associate level or professional level.
Hmm.
So I thought of starting from here, and then
Yes.
yeah, definitely with your guidance, we'll try to go through and try
Exactly.
to.
See, you need to understand one thing. When we talk about associate or professional level certification, we have to be uh, at least the associate level. Let's not talk about professional level. At the associate level, they ask scenario questions, scenario based questions. They will give a problem statement. Okay, you are the architect of the company. You have got this problem. What would you suggest? So, and
To practically identify.
to that level, our foundation has to be super strong. Our
That's right.
concepts has to be super strong, and that is what we focus on here, right? But because they also cover a lot of other things, other services we cover in this course, we cover 20 to 25% of services already, but they cover other services also, which we will guide, which I'm going to guide you on that you need to learn Kafka because they ask you MSK, you need to learn that. I will just guide you on that. Okay, so it will be done. So our foundation will be taken care in this 3 to 4 weekend system. 60% of was what we covered.
That's great. Yeah, I think.
Because I teach other place also. I take up classes in Edureka, Intellipath, Simply Learn, but they have for the certification level, same certification, they give me 40 hours, right? So I understand the entire course syllabus and what we are covering, and so from that mindset I'm telling you that you need to do some extra thing, which I'm going to guide you. Okay, anybody else, any questions?
You forgot to write Prometheus and Grafana.
That's observability.
Oh, observability. Okay.
So Prometheus is
Yeah,
Grafana
hi,
is part of it.
uh, yeah, hi, Roshan, Amit here.
Yes.
Yeah, just wanted to know like what profiles we can target after this thing.
See, what is your background? May I know?
I am in a QA side.
QA, when you say QA means which type of functional
Testing side.
performance?
Uh, Actually, I'm doing all this testing, all kind of testing right now, including performance also.
Okay. See, you can target yourself to be a cloud performance engineer, first of all. We are not adding anything on the QA side, functional side, okay, in this course. First of all, you're not adding up. So that skill set, you need to take care of yourself. How do you go about QA testing, functional testing, automation, learning APM, mobile automation, and all? We are not covering these things in this course. What you can target, you can be a cloud performance engineer. Now everything nowadays is working and happening in the cloud. And let's say you know a testing tool. Let's say you know Jmeter or LoadRunner, uh, and you think it's a performance testing. Yes, it is. But you need to also understand the performance engineering part of it. How do you go about infrastructure engineering? How do you go about Java code engineering? Java like code, application code engineering. And that is what we cover. We cover the infrastructure engineering. We cover the Java application engineering here in this course. And the cloud databases, cloud part, right? I'm calling it infrastructure in simple in terms. So because you need to also understand the infrastructure. So you can cover, you can try to be a cloud performance engineer, or you could be a target to be a DevOps engineer if you get a chance, because it's very much in line, or you could target to be an SRE engineer. These three profiles you can easily target through this course.
Okay, thank you.
Roshan, are you gonna tell us, like, how to make this performance testing infrastructure as a continuous part of continuous performance testing in DevOps? Like,
That is what we are talking about here. We will talk
okay.
about CI/CD pipeline and
Yeah,
how do
yeah,
you integrate your Jmeter, your LoadRunner job in CI/CD pipeline. That is what we will cover
yeah.
here.
That would be really great, because the main concern comes from organization side, is like, how to build up the open source infrastructure for testing. So
That
I
is what
think
we will
what,
do. We will talk about
yeah.
how. That's why we have selected all open
Mhm,
source here. Keeping
mhm,
that in mind, even for the observability, even for the CI/CD pipeline, we talk about Jenkins. Yes,
and
we do
spinning
cover.
spinning up the server based on the load,
Spinning
right?
up the servers, everything will be
Correct.
done in the cloud itself. So you will have the server, all the infrastructure will be in the cloud.
Perfect. Yeah, that's great, man. Thank you.
It's a completely hands-on course. Completely hands.
Very good. I was really waiting for this course since a while. I was
Okay,
asking
good.
Kumar. Yeah, no,
Okay, weekends batch, right? Because others batches were going on. I
yeah,
think you would
actually,
have
I'm
fun.
Australia timing, so it's already like 12:30, 1 a.m.
Mhm.
in the night. But since I have to
I
learn,
think you
so
enrolled some 4 or 5 years back. I think Kripa. That's what I
yeah,
remember.
that's right. Yeah, that's right, Roshan. We connected
2020 around, I think. Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah, COVID time. Yes, it
Right.
was just COVID start time, and we connected.
Yeah, we
And
have made a lot of changes after this. We have made progress. We keep on making progress. So a lot of topics which were not there earlier, we have added now.
you can't believe I was really looking for your contact in my previous sessions.
Okay,
Like then connected with Kumar, and then he suggested like we are coming recently with these courses, so I was just waiting for this one.
perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
no, thank you, Roshan. Will be in touch. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Friends, any other questions before we start our day one agenda?
Hi, Roshan.
Yes,
I have one question. Do we need any prior knowledge of Linux or cloud, anything, or we'll learn
that's
from
what.
scratch?
That's what. Scratch. I don't expect you to know anything. I need your time, commitment, 1 hour daily. If you can commit me that, that's all I need. I don't expect, if you understand, if I tell you IP, port, if you understand these things, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah.
Are
Because
we
Yeah.
the, go ahead, go ahead.
are we going to discuss anything about AI as well?
AI.
Yeah.
Yes, you see, I'm going to see AI is not a topic as such, but
Yeah.
how to make use of AI in all these things. Because I myself using nowadays, whenever I need to search something, I mostly not any specific things. I would mostly focused on the Chat GPT Copilot. Mostly I use this as of now, and to get more insights on a particular thing, which
Or
can
any
help you.
failure detections or environment failures. Um, I've
So you're
seen people have talked.
you're looking for some tools which can do that for you.
No, a little bit discussion around it, like how in reality they do it.
Exactly what could you elaborate that so that I can answer you?
I don't have exact example, but I've heard people are talking mostly about AIs to avoid manual efforts. So there are any failures in Datadog as well. I've seen AI has been used
See, to avoid
to
failure, understand one thing. To avoid failure, you have to do a lot of things. AI is not going to help you on things to
Maybe
avoid the
I'm
fail.
just talking about reporting,
So we
early
do cover
reporting.
observability, alerting will be taken care in observability, right? As part of this efficient alerting, how would you do? See, think about it. You have a Flipkart, Amazon website, let's say, any popular websites that we are using, any banking applications. Let's say those applications have issues, let's say, and they would like to proactively fix those issues. So they would like to proactively detect the issue and remediate the issue before customers like us notices that, right? So how it is done? It is done through alerting. You keep alerts on response time, on the CPU, on the errors, on the status code. We need to create alerts on the real dashboard, production dashboards, panels, right? Monitoring. That's why we do this observability. So we
Yeah.
create alerts on the uptime. I'll just give you metrics. Let's say 10 metrics. I'll give you uptime, response time, throughput, errors, status code. If you having a Java application, so again we'll talk about JVM metrics like GC throughput, right? Heap memory. We can talk about it. If it's a database, we'll talk about number of connections, CPU utilization. Again, CPU memory for all the infrastructure. So we create alerts and that a smart alert that we do so that we are not late in the game also to fix the issue, and when we are not early, we don't want alerts to be informational alerts. Okay, your CPU is 50%, nothing to be done. That's not going to help us. So we need to do alerting, and that is what we will discuss about. How do you set up alerts? What is the thought process behind it, right? So we do take care. So, and that is how any organization comes to know about the issue that's happening, and then you can automate that. What would you do now when you get the alert? What is the next step? You need to do something to remediate the issue. If the CPU utilization is high or the response time is increasing, let's say, and you have got alerted on this, what is the role? What is the next step? You have to do something to remediate the issue. Now that could be automated. That is where you need a cell scripting kind of a skill sets here. Cell scripting or Python scripting that could be automated, and we will talk about auto scaling in the cloud also, because the servers, we can check whether auto scaling triggered or not in the cloud, in the Kubernetes. We can discuss about that. And that if it is beyond something which cannot be automated using Terraform or Ansible, we have to leverage shell scripting or Python scripting. And that is where this AI tool is going to help you write such scripts. Okay, and that's what I'm going to tell you, that how could you make use of AI tools to help write these scripts. You don't need to be a full script like have full thorough knowledge of still scripting and Python scripting to write one automation script. If you have a thought process, if you can understand the problem, you can use Gen AI tools to make use of Gen AI tools and come up with something utility, some tools to do such automation. I hope
All right.
I gave the perspective to you, Sitan.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, friends, I take a pause for a minute. Anybody, any minute? If not, we'll start our day one. Please ask me questions if you have.
I would like to request one thing,
Hmm.
Roshan. Once
Hmm.
batch is confirmed,
Hmm.
I would really appreciate if we can do a bit of 1 hour earlier based on the voting and comfortability with majority of the students or majority of the members. This can be session can be done with like at least 1 hour earlier would be much comfortable for me because I'm like AST Australian time zone is like 4.5 hours ahead from India timing.
Okay, you are
So
suggested to have session for 1 hour. Yeah, is it?
Yeah, 1 hour if we'll start 1 hour. So at the moment, like session based on this timing, today's timing, it's what time started in India timing?
7:30 we usually start.
7:30, right? So it's gonna be 12 a.m. Sydney time.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
start, let's say
Okay.
6:30 or 6. It will be 11:30 for me.
See, one more batch would be coming up in the weekday, just to let you know, in a month, in the weekdays,
Okay.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, so you can also check that if 12 a.m. is too difficult for you, because we 1 a.m. 1 hour, we would this would go for 4 to 5 months, if not, if we do that thinking,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, this weekend
So
sessions are good for me. What I wanted, like, because weekdays in meetings and all sometimes it's really like in
okay,
weekdays
okay,
we
okay.
can bring
Sure, we
like the
can we can
daytime.
we can take that understanding.
Yeah,
How do we go
we'll take
about
like
it? Okay.
votings. We can take the votings once batch is finalized, and if
Okay,
everyone like
we will see that. I
okay
would
and
not able to
confirm.
commit right now, Kripa. We will
Yeah, of
see
course not. Of
definitely.
course not.
Okay, sure. Yes, I see one hand raise. Racha Grimohan, please go ahead. Uh, Racha Grimohan, you have raised your hand. Do you have any questions? I'm not able to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, looks like some headphone issue.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so Roshan, I was like even texted you in the chat.
Where
So
does the
where
chaos testing and engineering
chaos testing
stand
and
in the
engineering?
course? Okay, it's
Yeah,
here, part of SRE. Okay, part of
okay.
SRE. Chaos, the chaos comes here, and in the automation comes here, right? If you're thinking about it, so I'll just put a general here.
So for chaos testing, is it Terraforms and Ansible is like applied there?
No, chaos. See, Terraform is a totally different tool. Terraform we use to create infrastructure. Automate. See, think about it. Let's say banking application. They have thousands of servers, right? They have so many softwares deployed. Do you think, I'm gonna ask simple question, do you think those things are done manually?
No.
Is it possible? No, not possible, right?
Yeah.
That is where we use the Terraform tool. We will write a code. We call it infrastructure as code. So we will write a code. And when you run that code, it creates infrastructure. It gives you infrastructure. So I would like to love to talk about more, but it will be overwhelming for most of us. So when we learn cloud, right, then I'll talk about more about it. Okay. Just know it's a infrastructure automation, complete infrastructure, whatever you have, load balancer, databases, VPC, whatever in the cloud, whatever you have, all could be automated. You have to write the code once, and that code could be leveraged to create QA environment, lower environments. Yeah, you may just need to use lesser number of servers in lower environment, but the configurations remain the same. The same could be used to create other environments. So we use Terraform for infrastructure automation. Chaos is something we try to test the impact, whether my application is reliable or not. We on purpose we cause some harm, or we bring some server down, pod down, load balancer down, database down, and we check, is my server giving, is my server, is my application being highly available, is it performing well, are we getting five not errors, 5x6 4x errors, or it's still 200, right? So we check those things in the chaos engineering. So we bring chaos to the system and test how reliable my application is.
Okay. So like, is this a separate specialization apart from like maybe it's part of SRE, but
Part of SRE.
okay.
Part of
So
SRE, but it's a different testing, chaos engineering testing.
okay.
See, what is the role of an SRE? What yesterday we covered, we need to make sure in production it's all about the customer experience. Let's say if you are an SRE engineer at Flipkart, your core, and let's say you hit the tip, your core responsibility that customer have a good experience. Now, when I just made one statement, customers have a good experience. It has so many things in it. Any issues should not happen, response time should be good, transactions should not fail, it should be secure, right? I just made one statement, customer experience, but there are a lot of things it required. So to take up that challenging role, you need the skill sets, and that's what we talk about in this course.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, thank you.
In the production, customers, when I say customers in production, we are not talking about lower environment. Lower environment, we don't get that pressure. That is the complete mindset shift you should do when you talk about SRE engineer. It's not about, okay, we'll see the issue tomorrow. You did not tomorrow. You have to fix it today, right now. Right? Customers cannot wait for your issue. If the orders have issues, let's say if the customers are not able to process the order, it's the entire organization goal to fix it. Yes or no? Can you leave that issue for tomorrow? Can we do this? Think about Flipkart, Amazon. Can they do it? Okay, we'll fix it tomorrow. No, that's why we create another environment. Why do we have disaster recovery? Other environment. Oh, okay, at least we can switch the route, the traffic to their site. And then we fix the issue. So a lot of ways we will talk about this in the course. How do you try to take up those challenges, the thought process? That's what we cover in this course. Okay, sounds good?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
perfect. Okay.
So,
friends.
hi Roshan,
Yes.
Madhvi here. As I asked you in the chat window, so if the course content has been upgraded, will be upgraded in the future batches, right? So the same upgraded content will be shared to the old batches, or at least with us.
Definitely. Yes, very much.
What are those content changes, Roshan?
No, we have the upgraded. Earlier it was cloud P. If when you attended, it was mostly about the cloud performance engineering, but we have upgraded to SRE right now, right? Okay. We have bring in topics. That's all. That's those things. These three topics, I would say. Others. Earlier also we were doing it. See, 4 years, even I would also grow, right? In 4 years, even my mindset, my thought process would also, I would have seen a lot of issues in 4 years. So that's how I bring in everything and discuss, right? So
evolving technologies are evolving, right?
Yeah, both evolving us, right? Technology is also evolving.
So tell me one thing, this infrastructure automation is Terraform is only the popular mechanism being used across all the banking organizations or many other.
Yeah. It's all in Terraform.
Terraform only.
It's one of the go-to, and same service we have in AWS called CloudFormation.
Yeah, because I was heading from my team, info team. They were talking, I don't know. So for Azure also, do we use the same Terraform?
Yes, Terraform. Terraform is a third party.
Okay. So it's for all the cloud
all the cloud, yes.
Okay. So Terraform
and particularly used for hybrid when you have AWS Azure environment in both. Right? You cannot use CloudFormation, which is AWS specific. You need to use Terraform, which is a third party and can do both. Even it can do create infrastructure in on-prem also. So, right, Terraform is the go-to tool, one of the very popular tool in infrastructure automation. It's a huge skill to have infrastructure automation.
And there we enable the auto scaling and all, right?
Auto scaling, anyway, we should have it. So it's a complete infrastructure. All those auto scaling came into. So whatever you have in the infrastructure, everything combined, we're talking about in Terraform.
No, so Terraform we must be defining the hardware configuration.
Correct. How do we auto scale? Yes, everything. Yes. Terraform is just a code that if you write a code for EC2, it will create the server. If you write the code for S3, it will create S3. If you write the code for other service, database, auto scaling, load balance, it will create that. So whatever you ask Terraform to do, it will do this.
The utility to automate the server
Automate the complete infrastructure, not just the
infrastructure.
server, complete
No,
infrastructure.
yeah, anything we can find.
It's in the case of disaster recovery. You don't have a disaster recovery site running, but you have automated the process that, okay, when the primary region goes down, primary cluster goes down, use this Terraform script to create another environment.
Yeah, it depends, like, what DR configurations they have. If they have
Correct.
active cases,
So
they
you
might
can use complete Terraform script to create environment in other region so that the request could be routed and your application could be highly available, could be again up and running. So all sorts of things, complete infrastructure we talk about in Terraform.
gonna be good interactive session, I guess.
Okay, I see Mohan has still raised the hand. Can you lower your hand if you done with the question, Giri? Okay, perfect. I see a Swapnil has asked a question. As I'm working as a Dynatrace engineer, will the Docker Kubernetes part help me to troubleshoot the issue? See, Dynatrace is an observability tool, monitoring tool. K8s and Docker is part of infrastructure. So you need to also monitor if your application is deployed in Kubernetes or Docker. So you need to also monitor those things. So Dynatrace can help you monitor those things. So your application could be deployed in the VM. Dynatrace will help you monitor that. Your application could be deployed in your Docker Kubernetes. Dynatrace can help you check that. So it is two different things. Got Swapnil? You got your answer? Okay, friends. Perfect. Let's get started now with our agenda, friends. Today is day one, friends, and as mentioned, we are going to talk about this. Friends, you can take the screenshot if you want, but that's how the plan.
We
Go
are
ahead.
going to get the recording, right? And this
Right,
recording.
right. We are recording. We are recording. Okay, so friends, this is how we are gonna go about it. Today is the day one, friends. We will talk about the cloud. Okay, what is cloud? Okay, anybody? What do you think? What is cloud? I have defined this yesterday. If you're listening to me, anybody? Let's have the interactive session, friends. Let's have fun. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Uh,
Well, I couldn't attend yesterday's one, Roshan, but what I feel like cloud is kinds of what to say, platform which provide us the or enable us to like make the infrastructure for any kinds of applications, deployment or whatever we want to do. Like we don't need a physical servers or physical hardware. We can make on virtualize everything. Is that correct? I don't think
See,
so.
you don't need a physical server, may not be right. Okay. May not be the right thing to say. How would you create a server without physical server?
Yeah, some
So see,
customers.
I'll tell you. Yesterday also I told you. See, when you want to learn what is cloud, the buzzword cloud, right? See, you need to understand one thing that what to compare cloud with. So when you have to compare cloud to relate what is cloud, you need to relate with this certain word, right? So we relate this word with on-premise.
Mhm.
We relate this cloud word with on-premise. What is on-premise? So let's understand the difference, and then once we are able to answer this question, we will be able to answer what is cloud. What is the difference?
On-premises servers, which we have the data centers like that. Cloud is like what you use, you can pay. So you can
See,
reduce.
in both in on-premise or in cloud, we use data center.
So on-premises, I guess it's in control of the organization, and the cloud is like can be like we can render the services from other third-party people to render our services.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
And
Correct.
it's accessible like throughout geography.
Right.
And easily like manageable. And we can extend our capabilities using cloud. The resource
The
capabilities.
capabilities can be enhanced in on-premise also. Okay, so that's not a problem. That is a similar thing. What is the fundamental difference? You answered this. You answered the data center in on-premise. The data center is under the organization control because
Yes.
they have set up the data center. So data center, how it looks. Let's see if I just show you a data center example. I request everybody to be on mute. You can unmute yourself anytime. Okay, see, this is how a data center looks like. $1 billion investment, multi-story building in the outskirts of a city. Take any example, friends. Okay, these are all the real pictures, I believe. Right? If not, you can take some real pictures also. Look at real sites. Okay, so a multi-story building in the outskirt of a city, multiple acres of land,
Isn't it
multi-story.
risky
Go ahead.
browsing these things nowadays in India? Like searching
Why
these
not?
data center,
Why not?
data center.
We have data center in India. Why not?
No, I'm saying, isn't it risky?
Oh, risky means
Security point of view, browsing any data center on Google or something like that. I think it's
I'm not able to understand what is
no
risky
what I'm
to.
saying. Like, they are searching.
No, I
these
think
kinds of
he's
data.
asking if
No,
searching
they
this
are
data center on the browser is a security issue.
They
Why?
are available on the site itself, right? On the Google site. So, I mean, if you
What is
are
the
But
risky
the
thing?
security
For
issue, Google
me to
itself will
search
not
is a risky thing.
disable that, right?
Okay,
being
one
so
second.
sensitive.
satellite images.
Everybody,
If
one second. Let's talk one by one. I could not
if
get
you
this. So when I type this, it's a risky thing.
then
I'm
what
nothing like,
images?
well, say, I'm just saying because anything is nowadays being like, being so
If
sensitive.
if
Then
you
they should not
Yeah,
display this.
yeah, of course, that is there. Like, I'm just saying, I'm just asking, like, because
Okay.
I don't know.
Nothing like this.
Yeah.
Okay. So that why they said having the images, what is the problem? What is the point? What is the we are not going inside this and hacking it, right? As long as we are not doing anything, any harm, we are just seeing it from outside. Why can't? If you just go by that path, right? If you have a just drone there, you can take a snapshot. What is the problem?
so if you are
So
doing
anyway,
it through satellite, then that would be a problem. Like live current situation of data centers through
we are
satellite
just
image.
taking a snapshot and all.
And
Okay, let's come back. We don't have a lot of time. Let's come back. Okay, see, this is a data center. Okay, in India we have a lot of data centers. So let's say this is a data center. So the point is who owns it? Okay, if your organization where you work, if they own such facility, it's a multi-billion investment. Somebody has to procure the acres of land, construct this building facility, purchase all the servers, storage. These servers will generate enormous heat. You have to maintain the temperature. You have to have redundant power sources, redundant internet connectivity. You need to hire people for security personnel to have the security of this premises. The servers may run out order. You need to have hardware engineers working there 24/7. You have to employees being work. So a lot of investment. Okay, a lot of investment goes in setting up these data centers. The question is, who owns it? See, in on-premise or the cloud, both have the data center. But who owns it? In the on-premise, the company, let's say you work in a company and they have this, they own a data center. So you can call that you have an on-premise server, on-premise data center. Right? That's you company owns it. But when you use some other party, let's say it's a business model, okay, for AWS, big players, for Amazon Web Services, for Microsoft, for Google. for DigitalOcean, IBM, there are a lot of Alibaba, there are a lot of providers. For them, it's a business. They have created, because they have a lot of capital investment they have done, and it's a business model for them. They have invested a lot of amount in setting up such data centers. And what is the business thing? You can use our services. If you want servers, get it from us. If you need storage, get it from us. Pay us some rent, pay us some bill. If you want the server, pay us this much. If you need storage, pay. They have published all the pricing model. It's like how we stay in a rented apartment. You see, if we don't own our own house, when we start, that's how any company transitions, right? Let's say a company is just starting up, a startup. They don't have such an initial investment to make. But they have some application, they have developers, QA engineers, they developed, tested the code. Now they need to go live with full scale. So what they do, they can use the cloud services. Somebody else has already set up the data center. We call it cloud. So we can use those data centers like AWS data centers, right? So we call it cloud. So cloud, we can use it and get the server storage, whatever we need. And it's easy to pay $10,000, $20,000 a month, monthly bill. In like we don't have to go for this billions of investment, right? So that's the cloud difference. Whether you own it or you don't own it, as long as you pay the rent, pay the bill, you can live in your rented apartment happily, right? No problem. Owners is not going to disturb you. If you don't pay the rent, we would not be allowed to stay there. Same thing in the cloud. As long as you pay the bill, monthly bill, you can continue to use the services. If you don't pay it, they'll give you some reminders, pay the bill and all. And if not, if you just default, you'll not be allowed to even log in to the cloud account. Right? As simple as that. So that is the fundamental difference between on-premise and cloud. Are we good with the definition?
What is
Go ahead.
private cloud? Private cloud, what does that mean?
I could not get you. Can you repeat your question?
Private cloud, what does that mean? Private cloud, we just pay like, for the fixed amount of servers, or?
Not a private cloud. They just make sure only one complete. See, I can rent the entire data center, right?
Mhm.
That is what the private cloud, they offer private cloud. So all these, they have mostly the public cloud. Even you can go to the AWS and create the server in same region. Even I can go create the server. Private cloud is something very much private. Only one that the person has owned the entire data center. Nobody else can ask for servers there. That's private cloud. So that's the fundamental difference, right? Now, let's say the next question comes. How can we create servers? See, why do we use cloud? Okay, let's understand this question. Why do we use cloud? What is the cloud usage? Why do we use cloud? Because setting up a data center is very costly. That's why we go for cloud. And why do we use, let's say, cloud use cases? Why do we use cloud? For what all regions we use, friends? With our discussion, what do you think? What do we need in the cloud?
Deploy the applications.
Storage.
We need the server storage, right?
Easy,
Servers.
easy accessibility.
Right. Yes. You see, accessibility easily can be done in on-premise also.
Yeah, as per I mean like region. Like if my customers are in the African region, I can maybe use a
Right. We get the options. We get multiple options of where do we want to create the server, because they are spread globally.
yes.
Right. They have, if I talk about AWS, if I just show you about AWS, same thing you can check for other cloud if you're interested. If I just talk about AWS, globally infrastructure, so they have 117 data centers across the globe, and they're developing. Still, I have been tracking them when they were 43 or 44 data centers. So availability zone we use for the data centers. So this is a technical word. AZ means data center. So they have 117 data centers across the globe. And there's other word that we use is a region. So they have launched in 37 regions. Don't think region is a country. Okay. In India, there are two regions. In India, there are Mumbai and Hyderabad. Okay. So in Mumbai, they have 3 data centers, 3 AZs. In Hyderabad, they have 3 AZs. So totally 6 AZs they have in India itself. And same thing for Europe, US, Africa. If you go over to North America, look at this, how they are globally present. So in North America, they are present in all these regions. They have so many regions, 9 regions they have it. They're all
Do
the
you
ninth
think,
regions.
Roshan, they have like their physical data center on all those regions?
Correct, that is what it means. AZ means physical data centers. That's what I'm talking about. It's a business model for them. They have invested so much, right? And it's a business model for them. In North America, they have these many regions. Each region has got minimum 2 AZ. Okay, there's a relation. Okay, so I used the 2 word, friends. Okay, I'll come back to this use cases, but in this discussion, you need to know about two words we have used: region and AZ, availability zone. Okay, we have used these 2 words. These 2 words are very important to understand because AZ talks about the data center and region talks about. So one region has multiple AZs. See, if you look at the architecture, I'll draw a picture. So how they are set up. Every region, right? Let's say this is a region. This is the North America, one of the regions, or Australia. In Australia, they have Melbourne, and one more.
Okay.
2 regions they have. So let's say talk about any region. One region has minimum 2 AZs. Minimum. It's a rule. One region, a cloud region has. It's not. Don't think region as a country. Okay, no. In one country, there could be multiple regions. I just showed you in North America, there are 9 regions. One region has minimum 2 AZs. Minimum.
So on what basis they define the regions?
We'll come to that. Maximum 6 AZs. How big is the country? What's the popularity? How many of them are asking for it? Their potential business growth potential. It's a business model for them. Right? If you create a region where they don't have internet connectivity, is the business gonna are they gonna make profit?
No.
Simple, right? So it's all about demand supply. For them it's a business. If people are not aware of this cloud thing, internet is not there in a particular country, they are not going to create region. They are not going to make such investment. Right? One of these are the main regions. Usually there are 3 AZs. Usually there are 3 AZs. Usually, in most of the regions, you're going to find 3 AZs. For example, Mumbai has 3, Hyderabad has 3, Melbourne has 3. You can check this. Okay, usually 3. Why do they have 3 AZs in one region? Again, for high availability. Somebody was mentioning, right? I can choose my region. If my customer base is in Australia, let's say I have a business idea, and if my customer base is in Australia, will I create my server in India or in US?
No,
US.
we'll create in Australia.
Now my question is, my customer base, the application that I'm developing, the customer base is in Australia. Will I create my server in US, Europe, India, or will I create my server in Australia?
Australia.
Yeah, of course, yeah, depends again, same thing, like it's a cost.
Not the cost. No.
It's
See, there is
Australia.
not. It's about a latency factor.
Latency, see, so that's what like depends on the organization because I've worked for some organizations. I'm hitting their Australian clients into the this the
I
USA
think
region.
we are talking about two different things. You asked
Yeah.
on what basis we go about selecting a region, right? Why
That's
do we
right.
create a region in a particular country? How, why do we create more regions in one country? We have less region in another country. I answered that based on the demand and supply. So don't get confused with those that answer and this question. This is a totally different question.
Okay, yeah. So they're supposed to avoid any latency and make the application more performant. We
Right,
use the yeah.
right. So I have a choose. I have to make a decision now. Where do we create the server? Should I use Australia region or should I use Europe region? So I will definitely go with Australia region because customer experience is supreme. I don't want to create unnecessary network latency. My network packet has to travel. For Australia, say if a person in Australia uses a Chrome browser, any browser, and they hit the website, my network packet has to travel all the way to US or Europe, wherever the server is. The server will process, again respond. My network packet has to travel back to Australia. There's network latency is there. We want to avoid that. So we will discuss this slowly, okay? Let me go slow, one friend, because not everybody on the same page. Today we are just day one. Let me go slow today. If you keep on asking, I will divert and I'll take this to somewhere else. Let me go slow for everybody benefit. So one region we have these. Why do we have minimum 2 AZ? Friends, think about it.
Availability.
Availability. What AWS suggests? Okay, let's say you have selected a region. Could be any region, Australia, in India, in Europe, US, Middle East, whatever. You have selected a region. Okay, you are creating the server there. They are, they are telling use multiple AZs. Don't just create all your servers in the same AZ. Let's say you have 3 AZs. I told you, usually we have 3 AZs. So what AWS recommends? Create your servers in multiple AZs. Don't create all the servers. Let's say this is AZ1, this is AZ2, this is AZ3. AZ1, this is AZ2, AZ3. What will happen, friends? If I create all my servers in one AZ, what can happen? What wrong could happen?
Overload.
Overload of what?
Disaster. In case of disaster, the entire site goes down.
We had the same problem, as the other person said, like disaster or something down. So your primary and secondary will get affected. So it's like one server, one side. The primary will be in one side, and the secondary will be in the other.
Okay, simple. Okay, I got it. Everybody is answering correctly. Let's say when you have all your servers in the same data center, let's say you have not leveraged multiple AZs of the region. You had 3 AZs in the region, but you did not leverage. And what did you do? You just created all your servers in the same AZ. Now, what problem could happen? Friends, flood would come, earthquake would come. Let's say they impacted this data center. What will happen to your application? Downtime. Yes. Entire facility is flooded with water. What do you think your application will be available? Friends, are we understanding this point?
Yeah, of course. How
Yes.
about
I guess
Yeah.
the replica will be there, right? The for the application on the AWS side.
And what is the replica? Can you define that, Amit?
The in the sense like it's a copy of the application in case of disaster. It should
Where
be
do we have
deployed.
the copy? Okay, see,
It,
I told you one thing. You have every server in one AZ and flood came, earthquake came. What will you do? Entire thing is reachable, what would you do? We will talk about how do we mitigate that. That's a different story. Did we understand why should we leverage multiple ages of the region? Did we get this point, everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the ideal way? How we should go about it? It's coming. But why we should leverage multiple ages of the region? That point should be clear, right? So we should leverage multiple ages. That's why they have minimum 2 ages in the region. AWS is telling you use multiple ages. We have created our region like this. And these ages are not at the same place. These ages are 150 to 200 miles apart. These ages are 150 to 200 kilometers apart. Why they have kept it separate? Any thought process? Why they have kept this much difference between 2 ages in the region?
Just to avoid the natural disaster happening in the same region.
It should not impact all the ages. Thoughtfully, they have decided like this. And every cloud has done the same. Remember the thumb rules. What is the main goal? High availability, performance, reliability, security,
Resiliency.
cost optimization. Always think from these angles. Whatever you do, always think this and then decide, answer. You will be always correct. HA is the concern. If I just use the single AZ to deploy all my servers, it's a HA concern.
But that's the
Not
best
the
case
performance.
scenario, right? And that's the best case scenario, right, Roshan? But in practically, do we really, most of the organization use multiple AGs?
Yeah, why not? We should.
Cost might come
Why
into it.
we would? What is the problem of not using it?
Cost.
If you need 10 servers, have 5 servers here, 5 servers here. What is the problem? Use load balancer on top of it. There is hardly latency here, 20-30 millisecond latency. That's it.
Cost, does it vary?
How does it vary? If you have 10 servers total in one AZ, but you decided I'll have 5 here, 5 here, same cost. Let's say you needed 10 server. Let's say your load is 100 TPS or 1000 TPS. To achieve 1000 TPS, to accommodate 1000 TPS, you need 10 servers. Now it's your choice. Do you want 10 servers in the same AZ or you want to split it and have in 2 AZs? And load balance, right? Is everybody on the same page? Region and AZs, are we clear?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll not overwhelm much, friends. First day only. Others, I need to. Last topic. Okay. On what basis we select a region? Let's say I decide. Okay. Before I talk about that, friends, everybody. Okay. We all need to have the cloud account. When we meet next time, those who are coming up, getting onboarded, planning, please have a cloud account. All you have to do is go to a website, aws.amazon.com. This website, very popular, amazon.com you use, go to aws.amazon.com and create a cloud account. Create an account. You can use your Amazon credentials if you have, but you can create a cloud account. You need to select the root user and give your email address. If you move to the next page, if they will ask you details, your personal details, PAN number. They will ask your credit card details, debit card details. Don't worry, they will never misuse. They will never misuse it. They will not auto detect the amount. Okay, I have been seeing this from last 7, 8 years. They will never misuse your credit card. They will detect INR 2 if you have an Indian card or $1 if you have international card. They will also revert back the amount. Okay, so just to make sure you're a genuine user, they ask these details and complete the process. It's easy process. You need to provide it, and on the way in the process, you will be given option to select free tier. Remember these two things: select free tier and select personal use, personal learning. Select these. You will be asked. They will be asking, why do you want the cloud account? Do you have own a business or just use personal user? And select free tier, personal learning, and free tier. Just select these two options and complete the process. Okay. Eventually, when you come, go ahead.
For how long this free tier is valid?
1 year.
How they track by the email ID?
Come again.
How they track the accounts by email ID? If I use the same email ID?
No, they will not allow. You will not be allowed. Okay, so when you log in, you will be getting up this kind of a page. I'm going to showing you into my cloud account. This is my cloud account. You'll be getting this page, landing page. Okay, when you get this landing page, means you have the access. We need this. This is a prerequisite for the next session. It's a simple process. How do you sign up to any social media platform? Just complete the process. Go to amazon.com, aws.amazon.com, and remember these two options. Use the root address and provide your email address and continue with the process. In the next session, we are going to create a Linux server because I'm going to give you a Linux recorded session to practice. So in the next session, I'm going to show you how do we create a Linux server. We use a service. So everything could be used as a service. So I told you the use case, right? I was telling you the use case of using cloud. Why do we use cloud? Because we want to get the servers, we want to get the storage. The entire Netflix is in AWS, hosted in S3. Storage service, Hotstar, Amazon Prime Videos, Dropbox. They all use AWS. We have various other use cases. I will talk about that when you get comfortable. Not just today. For now, understand server and storage. Easy to understand, right? There are multiple use cases. We will talk about that in the next session more because I'm going to show you things. We have a lot of services to cover here. Just a brief history, okay, to and make you understand how important is this skill. They launched AWS was launched in 2007. And how did they launch? I believe everybody knows about this guy. Do we know this about him? Who is this guy?
CEO of Amazon.
Right. So he was setting up data center for a website that we all know, Amazon.com. This guy was setting up data center for this website. And in the process, he realized that the same hardware, same data center could be leveraged to others. And that is where this thought of AWS came to his mind. He was the first cloud provider to go public, AWS. So in the process of setting up the data center for Amazon.com, he came up with the idea of AWS. They launched with 3 services. In 2007, they had only 3 services. Only 3 services. EC2 for the server, Elastic Compute Cloud, we call it EC2 for the server, S3 for the storage. The entire Netflix is stored in S3, full form simple storage service. Elastic Compute Cloud, simple storage service, and other is SQS, simple queue service. They launched with 3 services right now. You know how many services they have as we speak? Anybody, any cases?
More than 100.
Okay. Anybody else?
What we said?
200.
They are 240 plus as we speak. As we speak, 2007 they had 3. And over the years they have developed. In 2025, as we speak, they have 240 plus. And they have kept on developing as per the requirement, for as per the use cases people have been asking for it, and they have been automating a lot of stuff. 240 plus services they have as we speak.
And what are
In the
those
next,
services? You're welcome to know.
we don't need to know all of them. They have a lot of services for satellites, robotics, media, machine learning, game development. They have a lot of such services. We will talk about the must know things, must know ones. In the next session, friends, we'll talk about EC2. I am going to talk about how do we create a Linux server so that you can practice Linux commands. So next session agenda is going to be that. I'm going to walk you through about EC2.
Mostly use are these mainly, I think, still EC2, S3, isn't it?
We will go over 20 to 25 services in this course. 25 services. Okay, friends. So I'll stop here, friends. Let's not overwhelm on the day one. Prerequisite is to create AWS account. Friends, please make sure you commit 1 hour with me. If you have that mindset, then only join. I need since those who are really interested, please join, because I love I need those kind of mindset, right? So please be prepared. If you're enrolling, please be prepared that you need to do hands-on. I will be asking questions every session, and whatever we have covered in those things, right? And you need to be alert, answering, asking me more questions. So I like that kind of environment, right? So have that mindset and take a call. Okay. One thing I can assure you that in whatever you have the status right now, in 3 months, right? Today is July, August, September, October. By the end of October, you have a different mindset of looking at things. That can I assure you. But you need to commit an hour with me. Weekends, I'll go over every day 1 hour. So you need to commit that and you need to practice it, because I'm going to show you things around and you need to practice it, ask me questions, and that's how the learning will go on. If you just come and listen to me, you'll be busy with your life. You will not have that. You'll have the understanding of things, but you'll not have the grasp, the confidence of things before. If you don't do the hands-on, you'll not get that confidence. So make sure you're committing an hour, friends, and right. And we will see a huge difference by the end of October.
Thank you, Roshan. No, definitely. Okay. So this batch is for the weekend only, right? Or
weekends. So with this batch is for the weekends, Saturday, Sunday. Timing is 7:30 p.m.
Think about the timing, Roshan. What
to 9:30. We would not be able to make adjustments here, right? That lot of long process, and I cannot commit you because we have a lot of things to cover. If you just stick for 1 hour, we would not be able to go about it. So please be available. Right, we can discuss this. I cannot commit right now on the timing. So 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. IST.
So Roshan, so Roshan, can we if everyone is good, can we shift it in morning maybe? So like same time maybe.
It will see it. I can everybody. No, it will not be. Everybody would not be comfortable. I know this because that's what have been my experience.
Morning.
I have for the morning, right? I have a batch running 11 a.m. IST. Okay, Saturday, Sunday, I have a batch. But that batch will complete. That will take another month for the start of the new batch. I have this timing. I take this multiple times duration. This is going to be time that we are coming up with right now. This
This time
suits.
is perfect. Yeah, this time is perfect. Only what I was thinking, like if 1 hour instead of 7, we can start 6:30.
Okay, then 3 months course will go to 6 months. Will that be okay for everybody?
But see, let's see how many are going to
Right,
join
so it will
seriously.
not happen. So we will discuss this. Okay. So the timing of the course is 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Saturday, Sunday over the weekends. Right. So that's what, and you have all the details in the this link. Okay, today is day 1. We are going to meet next weekend now. Today is day 1. We're going to meet the next weekend now. Friends, 26th, 27th. Right, we'll meet the next weekend. What is the ask? Everybody have to have the cloud account with you. That is the prerequisite. Please be ready with your cloud account.
And then one final question. You said at the end of the course, yeah, you're gonna help us with job is it interview?
I'm not going to help you with the job.
No,
What
no.
I answered. Go ahead. Complete your question.
To help us with the job interview practice.
Okay, I'm going to help you with interview answers.
Okay.
Questions, if you just Google around, you will get a lot of questions. But through the course, I'll make sure you get all your answers there.
Okay.
There's no dedicated thing, right? Once you go, that's the US. That's how we take up the course. Once we go over the topics that we have discussed, you are already interview ready because we do hands-on, and that is where 1 hour every day will help. That's why I'm asking for 1 hour. If you follow 1 hour every day, you will you need not prepare. I did not share a separate interview questions.
Okay.
You'd be able to answer all of them. That would be that I can do, right? That's what we will focus on.
You mean 1 hour every weekend?
You
Saturday?
need to practice. You need to practice.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I think I was not clear enough. Okay, I'll just repeat it. We are going to meet 2 hours Saturday, 2 hours Sunday. But you need to practice 1 hour from your side. Daily. That's what I meant. Clear? If you do this. Okay, go ahead.
Roshan, is there will there be any parallel batch going on with same content in the morning? So in case if I'm not able to join in the
There
evening
is
at
no
same
at
time.
the same time, it will not happen. You will have the recording with you. You can go with the
Okay,
recording.
that will also.
Because the batches are going on, but those will be a different topics, right? Different. We cannot maintain the same course topic for every batch. So you will have the recording with you anyway. At the end of the day, you will be getting this kind of recording. Like as we are right now recording, those recording will be shared to you. Day 1, day 2, day 3, like this will be shared to you on daily basis. Go ahead.
Just I mean, please don't mind. Like, can this be like half an hour before we can start, like 7 to 9? Because then we get in at the end some time.
Okay,
to
let the
discuss.
batch start. There are a lot of changes. I know this is always the topic. I understand this, but I cannot commit right now. Let the enrollment happen. I can do a voting for you. If
Thank you
any
very
one
well,
of them
Roshan.
reject, that is rejected. Not the majority. I'm not going to take the majority there because it is the time we are proposing and we are getting enrollment as per this timing, right? Because we cannot commit this and talk about majority later. If any one of them, let's say I propose 7 p.m. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. If everybody okay, I'm okay. I don't have any problem. I'm available. Right? If all agrees, we can try convincing. If one or two people are saying no, I'm okay. We can try that. We can do a questions. I can ask a poll. We can do this, Rahul.
Yeah, let's do the polling. Let's see what happens. Yeah.
But we cannot commit right now as we speak.
No, that's fine. Yeah, right now it's fine. Like, of course, once
We will
batch is
decide this
finalized,
in the next weekend. Once we have
yeah,
the
final
separate
batch.
groups created, we will discuss this. Yes.
Hi Roshan,
Okay.
this is Aritri. I'm from the UK. So I have already enrolled for the course and
Sure.
this timing works for me, 7:30 to 9:30.
Sure.
So if there is any changes, then I don't think that would be good enough because that has been committed and mentioned on the
Correct.
yeah.
I'm on the same page with you,
Yeah.
right? I told you. I as requested, I can only do a polling if any one of them reject, that is rejected then. Yeah.
Right. Thanks.
Yeah. Others can try convincing you, but I'm not going to convince. Because this is the timing we are coming up with. Okay. Okay. Usually, I'll tell you, usually I give 2 hours, but 2 hours concentration is not possible. So usually we end up having session 1.5 hours without any break. Okay. Because I take up sessions 2 hours with others and I give break 10-15 minutes. What we do instead, we focus on 1.5 hours without break. Usually 2 hours at a stretch, it will be tiring for most of us when the things are new. So 1.5 hours we cover without any break. Okay, that's how mostly I have seen things are being done. Okay. Okay, friends. So that's all, friends, from my side for today. Uh, what is the next session? What I'm going to expect from all of you?
Create
With
Amazon
AWS account.
Twitter account
Yes.
and be
Right.
ready with the next.
Right. Perfect. Good. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll meet next weekend and start our discussion. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Roshan.
Thank you, Roshan.
Thank you.
Thanks, Roshan. Thanks.